Planning Commission meeting. We'll start with a roll call.
Miller. Jackamore.
Here.
Cothran. Present. Monfee. Present. Hatley. Duffield. Choate.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Black.
Here.
Westcott.
He just left. He said he couldn't stay. He said he just came to tell us he could leave.
Thank you. All right, we'll go to approval of the minutes. No one has any questions or comments. We'll move to approve those.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion to approve and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. All right, we'll go into new business. Item number 1, final plat South El Paso Edition located at 850-900 South El Paso Avenue, submitted by Barrett and Associates on behalf of Michael and Brenda Collins. We have a staff report.
Yes, sir. So this is a incidental subdivision at 850 to 900 South El Paso Avenue. The existing conditions are that this is a vacant lot along South El Paso Avenue within the Glenwood neighborhood. It is south of a Prairie Creek engineer's ditch, which runs south of a future multi-use trail. And this property and all surrounding properties are zoned R2. Surrounding properties include vacant lots, single-family homes, and multi-family housing. So typically, this type of incidental subdivision, to plat a meets and bounds property would be approved at the staff level. However, staff is only given authority to approve when all of the approval guidelines outlined in the Land Subdivision and Development Code, Article 6.2 are met. In this case, 6.212 is not met. It states that no vacation of streets, alleys, setback lines, access control, or easements is required or proposed. And in this case, this proposal is to dedicate a drainage easement for the creek. And so staff, we've actually received a revised plat since we've made this presentation or made the staff report. So staff recommends forwarding this application to City Council with a recommendation for approval of the final plat and acceptance of the drainage easement with the following condition. Provide a drainage easement that accommodates for maintenance 15 feet from the top of the bank to the satisfaction of Public Works Engineering. Now, we believe with the new plat we received that this has been satisfied. We just have to run it through our GIS department just to confirm that everything closes. As a result of the findings below, the final plat will conform to the final plat requirements outlined in Section 5.4B of the Land Subdivision Development Code prior to being recorded, and the dedication of adequate drainage easement is an acceptable location from the creek. I'm sorry, I had a mistake there. And construction of a light industrial. I'm sorry, this is from, I used another report as a template, and I did not fix that. My apologies. So disregard number 3 completely. Oh, and do y'all have any questions?
So has Public Works received a copy of the final?
Yeah, we received that today. So Public Works, as far as the 15 feet goes, yeah, it meets that. We just have to run it through our GIS technician. He's going to make sure that the legal description closes and everything, just to confirm. But more than likely, it'll be just fine. So we recommend just keeping that condition on there, just as like a formality, or just just to make sure. But assuming everything's correct, it's good.
All right, we got a motion to approve as presented. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, move to item number 2, memorandum of understanding to allow a fence in the public right-of-way located at 1009 East F Street, submitted by Douglas Pearson. We have a staff report.
Absolutely, yes, sir. So this is a memorandum of understanding for a license in land. This image on the screen here shows that the proposed fence alignment would actually be approximately greater than 7 feet, but approximately 7 feet from the edge of the curb to the location of the fence. And you can see the line with the X's just on the top portion of this image. There's an existing fence, and so it's proposing to line up with that existing fence. And then the image there is a picture of where their fence posts are going to be, and it's going to be a chain link fence. So existing conditions that this property is located on the north side of F Street, adjacent to Knoxville in a previously developed subdivision. All properties in the vicinity are zoned R2, medium density residential, and the property located to the rear of the subject property currently has an existing fence approximately 7 feet from the edge of the curb line. Memorandums of understanding for a license in land have previously been issued for properties that are renovating but not changing the existing uses located within the right-of-way. This memorandum of understanding is for a fence being proposed to line up with the existing fence within the Knoxville right-of-way, approximately 7 feet from the back of the curb. The city's legal department determined that a memorandum of understanding could be approved to allow a fence be constructed within the right-of-way outside the legal boundaries of the subject property, given the adjacent existing fence and the desire to align the proposed fence in the same alignment. A memorandum of understanding grants this license in land. It's revocable at any time, ensuring that the owner would be responsible to replace the fence in appropriate location on their property and at their expense in the event there are any improvements made to Knoxville. None are planned at this time that we are aware of. So this license in land is recommended to have the following conditions. It's assignable only for the allowance of a fence no closer than 7 feet to the edge of the right-of-way along Knoxville Avenue, and the location of the fence shall not extend into the required front yard for East F Street. If you saw on that image here, it's not going beyond the front of the house. If you can see from that red line where it says about 7.5 feet, that's where it's going to line up with the house. So it's not going into the required front yard. Future improvements, sorry, I skipped one. The licensee shall not gain an interest in the land by granting of this license. Future improvements to the right-of-way may require the licensee to abstain from using land that this agreement may cover. The licensee agrees that any expenditures of the licensee on the lot shall not be performed on the reliance of this license. The licensee agrees that there are no interests in the land to be coupled with this license. The licensee shall not expand any more development within the public right-of-way than what is already presented as part of this application. The licensee shall not build within the actual street of North Knoxville Avenue. The license is revocable by the licensor at any time, provided written notice is given to the licensee, care of the mayor's office, 10 calendar days before revocation of the license. The licensee understands and agrees that any improvement of the property owner by the licensor and covered by the license shall be solely at the licensee's expense and shall not be reimbursed by the licensor for any reason. This agreement shall be recorded at the courthouse at the expense of the property owner and tied to the parcel to be transferred to the subsequent property owner. The agreement shall run with the land until revoked by the licensor, and the licensee has read, understands, and agrees with the terms of this license. So it is staff's recommendation to forward this memorandum of understanding for a license in land to the City Council for approval with the 12 conditions as previously described. As a result of the findings, the City Legal Department determined that a memorandum of understanding could be approved. Public Works has no objection to the location of the fence, and there are no plans to improve this section of Knoxville at this time. Are there any questions?
If not, thank you. Do we have the applicant, any information from, that would like to speak?
The applicant is here and can answer any questions if you have them.
All right, thank you. Okay, if there's not any questions, we'll move for a motion.
Move to approve it with the conditions as stated by staff.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, there's no further items. Meeting's adjourned.